Okay, we'll call the official portion of the meeting to order. The attendance sheet has gone around, and we have a quorum. The minutes from the last meeting were sent out by email. I'd like to have approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Who seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Treasurer's report has also been handed out, and Mickey went over it. Any other questions on the treasurer's report?
Just need to make a motion about what to do with the funds we left from the purchase of the refusal funds.
Okay. It's probably a good place to discuss that.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as given. Get that part out there.
Okay.
I'll
Ron makes a
second it.
motion to approve the treasurer's report, second
I'll
by
second.
Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The leftover money we have from purchase of the review forms. What's everyone's pleasure with leftover
How
money?
robust has the request been for additional books? Because that's what that money was earmarked for, correct?
We're at 100 right now.
Less than 95.
Do you think that's because the app is on phones and
Well, I mean, we were able to purchase 525,
25.
and then an additional 100. That's almost 600 books out there. So,
so do you think we've gained saturation?
600 is a lot.
I think a lot of, I know a lot of the people in my squads all were going to use the app, and then they saw the book and they all wanted one.
Well, that's my sense too, because
You know, so-
that's the
and if they want one,
subtle what I'm hearing in my guys. Oh, these books are cool, we gotta get extra. So, you know, I would suggest we leave that money just under the care of STEMS, at least for the short term, and revisit this maybe in 3 months to see what the demand has been.
Yeah, because the money would have got us 10,000 refusals, so we didn't want to order that money in case, because we don't go through that many refusals in a period at all, so to order that money seems deal soon, and
Well, but that money is only earmarked for the refusal form?
I don't know.
Yes. We can't use it for pro supplement.
Well, I think what we're asking tonight is for you to decide
Yeah.
where to use the rest of that money. Because I'm sure you don't want me to buy another 7,500 refusal forms just to sit in my closet. So,
And people with electronics probably don't use them, do they?
right, and again, we ended up with duplicates, not triplicates, because we found out we didn't need it, so that lowered the price. Because the original price was for triplicates, so. I mean, the one thing you could do is, we could take the extra money and offset books by, I don't know, $2 each, or whatever, you know, kind of divide it out by 100, actually reduce it by $5 a book of the 100 we have left, if you wanted to do that, for the people that have ordered right now. Or we could buy another, what, 50? At 500, but another 50 books or so to have on hand for future.
Do you need something for the Leadership Academy class?
Probably.
Yeah.
Could you use it for that?
I'm concerned because, you know, how these doctors are, they're gonna change the protocol. And the app will change the book law.
And that was why, you know, with 2,500 forms, that 10,000 were not purchased. If they should get changed, what are you going to do with them then?
I mean, we could use it for leadership because right now we do not have funds to purchase the jackets like we did with the first group. I personally am kind of looking for funds for that because I think it's important. I don't know, Scott, what do you think? You got one? I mean, it's kind of nice to
Yeah,
have
they're-
people recognize
Yeah, they're nice.
that you went through it, and so again, that's up to you. I don't know if you saw with the jackets.
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah. But, I mean, for a class, it's about $1,500 to do the jackets. So that's something that, you know, we won't be able to do at this point.
I think that we should definitely fund the leadership academy. That is what's gonna really produce good leadership down the road. I mean, I thought it was a wonderful class. Where books and forms are gonna change, the leadership that's gonna be something we're gonna keep in the community for 10 years or better.
I know in last year's budget, we did supply, I can't remember if it was 3,000 or 3,500 for the upcoming one. We've already put that forward.
The classes are about $6,500 to run for a class of 30. Yeah, it's definitely not cheap. And I agree. I mean, we've gotten a lot of good feedback from the people who have attended. And I actually think a couple of the people that have attended, we've seen kind of grow maturity-wise and step into that next level role. Some of the people are hoping, I think they'll go a little faster. But this next group will probably be, I'm assuming, are going to be younger people or less seasoned people. Less seasoned. You know, so again, I think in order to keep maintaining our memberships, we're going to have to keep, and that's something they talk about is recruitment and retention and how to keep it going. So I can just say, encourage you to try to find those people, those right people to send to class.
Well, I think we need a motion then.
I make a motion that we use the leftover money towards the leadership program for the development and education for those future leaders. There you go.
Second.
Second by Scott. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. She opposed?
No, it was 3,500, that's what I was
We were
looking
just
for.
trying to figure out where we were.
Enforcement notifications, I have one that might have slipped through the cracks. This is from, I believe, last quarter, but please be advised, the result of investigation conducted by the Department of Health, the following individuals' New York State certification has been suspended for 1 year, effective June 9, 2016. 6 months actual suspension served concurrently with his restricted status. The 6 remaining months are stayed. Placed on probation for 1 year, effective March 20th, 2017. Assessed a civil penalty of $2,000. Of that amount, half is stayed. Required to truthfully testify at any future department hearing for violations of 10 New York CRR Part 800.16A4. Andrew Lesky from New York City, New York, EMT number 363713. Old business. I left the collaborative protocols on there. I don't know if there's anything to discuss there, but you know, from where I have things seem to be going quite well.
I can tell you, just because we're on the emails, the doctors are changing things already. Especially with the medications, how much and such, so just be wary. They are, I mean, they have things going on back and forth now about a couple of things, so.
We're gonna go back to the days where we had to get the stickers.
Yes.
For those pages.
And just to let you know, the BLS protocols are also under review. Yes. For revision.
But just in talking about that, some of the people that originally were going to go the app that I work with that decided they want to book instead, and it might be a computer setting, but they find that they want to open up to the page and set it down. When they set their phone down, their phone blanks out. They got to, you know, it's tough to get back to it quickly, so they like the book so that they can just grab it and pick it up. And we printed full size for our ambulance too. We sort through which. So.
Alicia, can you just break down so we can let them see if they can freeze screens? They want us to send when you guys have app like ideas or updates or, because apparently we can only do updates once a year. So any ideas you have, I think I've mentioned this before, but we can ask them if maybe that's something that, can the screen stay open or something.
You know, like, I think Google Maps does that. When you open Google
Right.
Maps, your phone stays on. If that app had
It's
that
probably
same
something
feature,
that
it
costs a
might.
couple $1,000s, but we'll, I'm amazed at how much they tell us things cost. But we can only do it once a year, in our September meetings when we're gonna go over some of the changes to the apps.
But the process has worked well. I keep hearing complaints from people who have struggled with the electronic test.
Yeah, we did have,
We have people trying to take the test, pass the test, couldn't print out the response, and then get told they failed the test.
Yeah, we had a member who
And now we're into,
was told he couldn't take it, but he called into Rochester and they corrected it. And she said, we've had thousands of people. The word, she used the word thousands. That amazes me.
the other thing too.
That
is
have had
you get-
problems with having to retake and
If
stuff.
you get a protocol where we don't have to know what Monroe County can't do, it's like, I suppose that's a giddy question though.
And there also needs to be the feedback of what questions you missed. So I kept hearing they're working on that, but I said, that didn't do me any good. I missed a couple of questions. I don't know what I missed, and I want to know why I missed them at that point too.
Yeah.
It's not educationally sound if you don't get that back.
And it's supposed to be so that you learn how to use the app. And so you don't get the feedback, other than you failed the test. So I don't know how to use the app. What don't I know on the app? Is it just reading a section, or is it actually functioning going through this room?
I do look at expand ketamine into the scope of practice of critical care, because I don't really understand why the critical cares have to take ketamine in service. Does anybody know? Or am I the only one in the loop?
We didn't require our CCs to take it.
Oh, okay. Because they were authorized to take it, so I
It's
didn't.
only mandatory if your agency was gonna have California. So I sat through the BLS test more than one time with BLS providers, but I can tell you the second and third exam was more focused on what ALS providers might do. They forced them to move through it, but there were a lot of questions on that sort of thing, which I thought was kind of really not appropriate. I found that the few people I had to sit through attempted to take the BLS test first without really even opening up the protocols or putting themselves in a position to pass. And then once I got into the second test, it was harder and it was more difficult to navigate because you had to look at multiple different areas and keynotes and things that they wouldn't normally look at as a basic provider. I had one person say that they went to the basic part and where it said EMT stop, they stopped. So if they didn't find the answer, they had to guess. And I'm like, oh, no, there's keynotes and other things you had to look through, and they really didn't get that. So I think the next round, I think we should make it more appropriate to the level, and I think that would make it easier for them to comply, get through without having issues. If we're gonna do this again. Well, I think we are. I think that's the future. I think it's the future, yeah.
Any other discussion? Okay, I think I put protocol books on there just because I knew it was something that would probably come up, but we already talked about it. New business, I put vital signs in here just to, it's coming up to that year, our reimbursement, we looked at all over last year. I feel pretty confident with it. Is everybody happy with the way it worked last year? We need to make any changes? What's that?
We had some bridge
Yeah,
there, I think.
but we
think they
explained it
have
all.
Been explained multiple times since then, so hopefully this year
Yeah.
they'll.
I don't think they're going.
Sorry?
I don't think they're going.
Well, that's too bad, but. Did you have something, Ed, or?
I just wanted to mention that Vital Signs this year, there is the CIC Fast Track program. I don't know how rapidly it's going out or whatever, they did announce that, so if there's anybody that you have that, wants to get into that NASB course or whatever it is, you'll do the CLI and the CIC, but you still have to go through both internships, but it does give you that ability to produce some CICs, hopefully if they go through the entire process, so. Especially looking at Allegheny County, you guys are, you got any prospects, it's probably a good idea to, right up in Rochester, so. It'll fill up fast too, so.
I was thinking, should we send out a reminder through STEMS, just as how they're going to apply for and then receive reimbursement? I think that would be good.
Any other new business?
Tom and I were just talking, we have a CLI who's completed his process. And he's in need of a letter from his body to seal the deal. Do we need to do anything in an official capacity, or is this something we can just had to do offline in a regular?
Past practice has been if the county council gave a recommendation, send it here, we would automatically, that's a simple letter to the state.
Okay.
Is that gonna be okay time-wise for you?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
It's Nate Douglas, he's finished his.
Well, I have a meeting on Monday, but they won't have another meeting here till.
But I can send.
I can just send you a letter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe is this your last meeting, Abby? Where you're heading out? I'd like to thank Abby for her service and helping out. Our next meeting is October 4th, 2017. It's 16:30 here, or 18:30 here. I need new reading glasses.
No, please don't come as a
Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Bill? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Gary? I don't know, you got